Naples, Florida. The sun getting low in the sky. The pickleball enthusiasm is just starting to heat up. Some numbers there from game 2. Kovalova and Wright, 17 unforced errors, including the unforced error that wrapped up the game. And much like a year ago, guys, we're going to go to a third and decisive game between this quartet to decide the gold medal. I alluded to what Simone had said about the pressure. The full quote from her: I tend to perform better when the pressure is on. I go crazy out there, and people watch me. They probably think what's wrong with her, she's possessed. It's just the way I am. I play better when I'm that way.
I think we saw some of that possession in that last game. She was certainly fired up. As we got an opportunity here, we have referee Gail Scavangelli here. She's one of the referees that coordinates the refereeing of all the pro and medal matches here at the U.S. Open. She and all the referees and the volunteers just did a fantastic job here this week.
Matt Wright going into the bucket of balls to pick out a new Durafast 40, which is the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships.
Folks are wondering what a Durafast 40 ball is, what we're playing with here at the U.S. Open. You can certainly Google it, check it out online.
Pretty sure what that other ball was just fine, and Wright and Kovalova just wanted something different.
Is that a strategic, mental tactic?
I don't think it actually makes a more difference more than a psychological one. Right? You want to change something up when it's not working. Might as well get a new ball.
A little earlier in this exchange, Wright tried to go outside like he was going to look for an Ernie. And how about that lob shot? We talked about it earlier. We haven't seen a lot of them. That one is effective.
Oh, wait. Wait. Looks like it was called out. Boy, I'd like to see that.
I think, yeah, they're going to call it in. Lucy and Matt, no.
Kovalova calls that ball in.
Wow.
Yeah,
referee's going to side with her, I think.
Yeah, I don't see how she doesn't. This is just another great show of sportsmanship, and we're going to get back underway.
It's the second time we've seen a player overturn a call by an official. And it really just exhibits the level of sportsmanship that is played in this tournament amongst these pros. And they know that if the call was going the other way, they'd want to receive the same benefit.
Absolutely. Well, nice pickup by Kyle and Simone there.
Wright and Kyle going at each other.
Those are some impressive digs. Not easy to do.
That's an understatement.
Great defensive shot there by Kovalova.
And they're doing a good job moving the ball around. These players are just playing just outstanding.
Kovalova flinches first. So it'll go to 0-0-1 as they change service sides.
Very pleasant evening here tonight too, Dave and Mark. It's been really hot all week. Pretty pleasant tonight.
I told you we got to start making this a nighttime only tournament. Nocturnal tournament. The temperatures would be great.
You know, I don't know if the U.S. Open is going to go for that, but I'd be willing to bet that there will be a tournament that will take on that challenge. The way this sport is growing.
The Mark Renison Pickleball Open was born.
Matt Wright, we talked about his quick hands, certainly showing him off there.
Yeah, quick and powerful.
Yeah, so Jardine thought that she saw a seam there between Wright and Kovalova. Matt Wright was ready for it and put away that forehand volley. Here's an around the post.
Oh, yeah.
But called out by the umpire.
Wow.
Or the lines judge.
Yep.
Oh, now he's going to see, you know, Matt's going to have to override this line judge.
Matt's shaking his head because that's the third time in this match that players have said no, it's not the way it's been called. But again, we mentioned the players are not necessarily used to always having lines people.
No, and in fact, they only have the lines people in this match here. They do have referees for every match.
And Jardine finally into the net. So Wright and Kovalova will draw first blood here in this third and final game.
Well, finally a point. That took some time.
I don't think anybody's in a hurry. We'll take this as long as they want to go.
You got it. I'll pull out my popcorn right now.
Yates was ready for that one. So Kovalova, you know, we've seen that when she's gone with these long dinking rallies with Simone, at least later in this match, that she tends to be on the short end of that stick. And so what she's trying to do is she's trying to look for that opportunity to change things up and to go on offense. But if she does it a bit too soon, Yates is going to be there waiting for it.
Yates' sister Sarah, a pretty accomplished pickleball player as well. They've played in mixed doubles competition in this tournament.
They have, winning gold in 19 plus. A couple of U.S. Opens ago. It was a very exciting moment. One of the Huron Championship Court and one of their most favorite brother and sister members.
One of the 10 golds that Kyle Yates has won here in Naples at this tournament, out of his 14 total medals. Oh, Wright puts it down low, and Yates unable to come up with it. 1-1-2. And that one out of bounds.
Says something about the confidence Kyle's playing with right now. I mean, that's not typically a shot he would go for. That amount of side spin on that ball, it does lead to an unforced error, but I think it says something about how he's feeling.
And you can see the pattern, right, Dave? You can see the pattern, what Lucy's waiting for. She's waiting for it to get up just a little high. That ball not quite high enough, clip the net and put her in a defensive position.
And Yates hitting it right into her, which is a smart strategic play. And Mark, we talked earlier this week about, you know, players understand that it's not, you can't take it personal when somebody hits it into you. It's part of the game.
Yeah, that's right. And this is something that sometimes recreational players don't always understand, right? When I'm traveling around with Third Shot Sports coaching all over North America, we often encounter situations where one person gets hit by the ball from someone else, and I can sort of see on their face that they feel like that was a personal affront. And I explained to them, I said, look, 4 people on one small court doesn't give you a lot of room. You are going to get hit. And just like you saw here after Yates hit that ball that did hit Lucy in the chest, she just turned around, walked back. She knows it wasn't intentional. And I think all players can take a page from that book and realize that getting hit by the ball is part of the game. And if you do hit someone, it's reasonable to put up your hand and say, hey, you okay? Didn't mean to get you.
So Kovalova and Wright able to get the serve back now. 1-2-1. First team to 11 wins as long as they win by more than 2.
So right there, Matt just got called on a foot fault, meaning he had his foot on and over that non-volley zone line when he struck the ball out of the
so
air.
You can see there, the right foot just barely touched the line. If you're touching the line, you're in the non-volley zone. That's not allowed if you're playing a volley. So the correct call was foot fault violation.
If any part of the foot touches it, you are in violation. Wright
Wow.
able to put that away with the overhead.
Lucy ducks, knowing, I mean, this is what's going to happen when the ball goes high. She's going to let Matt take that ball high on his forehand. She ducks to stay out of the way.
Yeah, she's got a pretty powerful two-hand backhand she was setting up for, but she wisely got out of the way.
Well, and that's one of those things that it's the sixth sense you have when you are able to play with a partner over a period of time, as Kovalova and Wright have.
Yeah, it's a good idea, you know, teams make plans for how they're going to handle balls in the middle of the court. And it's a good idea not just to stick to that plan, but if you're the one who's not hitting it, if that's a ball that your partner is supposed to get, to not just sort of complacently stand there and let them hit it, to actually actively move out of the way, move away from the ball. And that gives the nonverbal cue that you know that they're taking that ball. And so by Lucy ducking there, she was giving that nonverbal cue and protecting her teeth.
Kovalova and Jardine now going back and forth. Such quick hands by Matt Wright.
Yeah, and he's been able to get himself involved into the game quite a bit in this third game.
That's the second time. So again, a little bit of missed timing on that jump from Kovalova. Gotta wonder, she has recently switched paddles, and gotta wonder whether the lengths on these two paddles, the current one and the previous one, are exactly the same, because it's uncharacteristic that she would miss-hit those overheads.
Yeah, the overall surface area of the paddle has to be consistent, but the length and the width can vary from paddle to paddle.
Nice shot.
Yeah, really nice touch there by Matt Wright on that backhand.
Yep, so Jardine thought that the ball was going to go out. It didn't. It might have earlier in the match when she had the wind going into her face, but in that case with the wind at her back, the ball stays in play.
2-3-2 now in a match that is closing in on 1 hour in time right now.
And we've seen some extremely high-level play of pickleball tonight.
A couple of times Kovalova's caught the net.
She's shown a lot of patience here. There's been a couple of balls that she's thought, this is mine, and she's pulled off.
Making Simone and Yates work, mostly Simone.
That's what I mean. Simone does all the hard work there, and then Kyle gets the reward. He gets all the glory. No, he knows that Simone's the one who really won that point for them. He just sort of was there to collect the garbage. I mean, not that that ball was very high, but I mean, this is what makes pickleball, when it's played at this level, so physically demanding. You can go back and look at the number of shots that they hit there. That sidestepping each time is really tiring.
And Simone finally hits it into the net, so this thing is, wow.
Yeah, that's the perfect word for what we're seeing here tonight.
Wright and Kovalova get back to serve.
Yeah, and Simone knows definitely that was in.
Yeah, that one was wide, and she got away with.
Oh, so it was wide?
Yeah, it was called wide and was wide.
Okay.
3-3-2 now. Oh,
We talked at the start about some of the trick shots you're going to see from Yates. I mean, that one, don't try that at home, folks. That amount of spin, that side spin on that backhand dink while on the run. Not easy to do.
Yeah, Yates and his partner that we'll see along with him in the men's pro doubles gold medal match, Ben Johns, they're known as two of the most creative shot makers in the entire sport. changes direction and got Matt Wright guessing wrong, as that side of the court was open.
Yeah, you can see here he lays back his wrist just enough to hit that ball to the open court. Difficult to read from Wright. Of course, he's got to cover the middle, which is the most obvious target, but Yates makes no mistake.
4-3-2.
There it is again.
And Yates is fired up as he and Jardim have opened up a 2-point advantage.
There's that same spot here, the ball. Solid backhand. We talked earlier about how his forehand is the stronger of the two, but that backhand's not too shabby either.
So much of the sport is about power and then also finesse, but decision making so important.
And then Lucy says, hey, I've got one of those forehands that can go behind you.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So players at home who might be watching today will wonder, well, what do I have to do to play at a higher level? And you're right, Dave, that decision making is so critical here. And you'll see these players use these patterns again and again, right? Here comes the cross-court dinking pattern until that ball's high enough.
They said, no, we're not going to dink on this exchange.
And Lucy was excited there. She'd missed a couple of overheads, but she hit that one solid.
Yeah, and these players are so experienced with these patterns. They know that if A happens, then the response is B. And if C happens, the response is D. And when you have those patterns really well established, decision-making gets a little bit easier, and you can focus just on hitting that high-quality shot rather than having to figure out what you're going to do every time.
And we've drawn even now at 5 apiece, 5-5-1. Next point will bring about a change in size of the net. And that, not sure if it's played into it or not, guys, but game 1 was won by Kovalova and Wright. They were on the side of the net they're on now. Game 2 was won by Yates and Jardim when they were on the near court. So not sure if that'll be favorable or not for Yates and Jardim.
Well, the first team to 6, we will change sides. That's done in game 3 of a 2 out of 3, best to 11, win by 2 match.
Ooh.
It's not going to happen there.
Yep, so to move the serve over to Yates and Jardim with the score remaining 5-5.
5-5-1.
And there's the 6th point.
And we'll switch sides. The net helping out got hung up, and just enough that Kyle needed to put it away.
So the players aren't going to take a long break here. They're going to switch sides, grab a quick drink, but they're going to get ready to play right after this.
Well, this one's certainly more competitive than last year. Last year's did go to a 3rd game between these 4 before Yates and Jardim won, but Yates and Jardim took game 3 11-2. And this thing looks like it could go quite a while.
Yeah, I think we'll see this one go the distance. I think it is to be real tight. Want to make any predictions?
Well, I'm going to say it's going to go into extra time. I don't know what the official term for it is. So you got to win by 2. So if you get to 11-10, you've got to get to 12-10. You've got to get to 13-11. Is there an official term for the extra time? Extra pickleball? EP? Let's call it EP.
Yeah, there isn't. It's just
EP,
extend the win by 2. Did we just coin something?
Yeah, EP, extra pickleball.
Extra pickleball. I like it. We termed something else earlier this week called a helo by Randall Zabinda. I've seen a couple of helos from Matt Wright tonight, too. We're going into EB.
EP.
EP.
Such great control.
Really is. Both ladies do a great job taking the ball out of the air, which is what they prefer to do, but also do a great job when the ball is on the bounce.
Ooh.
You hear
trying to
that?
intercept it. You can see Jardim saying to Yates, good try. That was the right play. One of the things that's so important if you're playing doubles pickleball is to be a good supportive partner. You can see Kovalova wants a little bit of a breather there. To be a good supportive partner that, you know, if your partner does the right thing but just misses, to let them know you're on their side. And
both teams do have each of their 2 timeouts remaining. And that one fails to get over the net. So we'll move to 7-5-2.
this is a dangerous moment here for Wright and Kovalova. It's pretty important that they get a stop here. It's psychologically, it's tough to feel like you're 8-5 down in that 3rd game. So it's going to be important that Lucy can hold up here.
And that's out.
What a great job by Kovalova there. Hanging tough against Jardim. You know, Wright comes over for the fist bump. That was a critical point right there for them to win, and now they've got a chance to score some points on their serve.
5-7-2 as they get the ball back.
Here we go again.
Both teams have stuck with their strategy, Mark. Oh, and another clip on the net. Tough break.
And as you said earlier, Mark, sometimes the net's your friend, sometimes it is not.
Sometimes it's your foe. That's right. In that case, it was Kovalova's foe.
So 5-7-2. You feel like they've got to score at least 1 or 2 before they give the ball back. And instead, they're going to give the serve back.
Yeah,
and
you can
Jardim is
tell
starting to feel it.
she knows this is her chance right here to go on a little run. First server, 7-5.
7-5-1.
It was a marginal ball.
Yeah, it was. They've done a great job keeping Matt out of this one for quite some time now. So when he tried to go behind him.
Ooh.
Nice pickup.
Kovalova remaining patient despite having her back against the wall.
She is, and this might be the longest rally of the match so far.
Oh, not anymore. It's going to be another point on the board for Yates and Jardim, now just 3 away from the title.
Yeah, I expect we might see a timeout here. Kovalova definitely wants to take a breather, maybe talk over some strategy. Yeah, here it comes.
And they will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. We will break as well. 8-5 here in game 3.